to Be Creative Stamping and my Be Creative tip of the week. In today's video, I want to share a few tips with you on the standard cutting pads that are used with the Big Shot. When using the Stampin' Up! Framelits or Thinlits dies and the standard cutting pads, you already know that whenever they're rolled through the Big Shot, they become very scratched up from the cuts and very worn. You'll even start to notice that the cutting pads can become bowed, just like this one. It's rocking back and forth. Now, if you've ever used an embossing folder with this, then you'll start to realize that the cutting pads are bowed and it's really hard to get the embossing folder through the Big Shot. So I have a solution for you. When switching back and forth between framelits and thinlits dies and embossing folders, it does become harder for the embossing folder to fit through the Big Shot. I'm going to bring in the embossing folder platform and the two cutting pads that have been used continuously. You'll notice that this is rocking back and forth, and it becomes more difficult for the embossing folder to roll through the Big Shot. And so my solution for you is to purchase two of the standard cutting pads. Actually, you do receive two cutting pads when you purchase this item. I also labeled these with my P-Touch label machine, and I labeled them on both sides of the cutting pad. And this reminds me that whenever I want to use an embossing folder, use these standard cutting pads because they're straight and I won't have that rocking and it won't be so difficult to roll through the Big Shot. Thank you so much for joining me today and my Be Creative tip of the week.